Hey, it's Jessie from Squeegee & Ink. In this video, I'm going to give you the lowdown on UltraColour transfers and why even a die-hard screen printer like me might opt for these for certain jobs. We're going to do demos and show you exactly how we use them in our studio. These are the bags we're going to be putting our transfers on today. Just to let you know, we fund our videos through the sale of our own merch, which is called Blind Maggot, and we actually give a massive £10 off every t-shirt for when someone buys it on our website using the discount code SQUEEGEE at checkout. As we're in the UK, we can actually use Target transfers to get our UltraColour transfers from, so I'm just going to show you exactly how I'd order those now. I'm on the Target Transfers website right now, and this is also where we got our heat press from, which you can actually use the discount code for too, which is pretty cool. So if we go onto this Custom Transfers tab, then I'll show you where you'd go for the UltraColour ones. If I click here, it's this one that says Full Colour Transfers, Blends and Photos, and it also says UltraColour Heat Transfers just underneath, so I'm going to click that. Now it's asking you what size you want your transfer to be chopped up into. So I just tend to go for A3 ones and I pack them on, but if you did want them pre-cut to a certain size, like neck label size, you can select that now. On this window it's going to ask you to add your design or some text, because you can actually design straight into here. I'm going to add my design, add my UltraColour heat transfer. And then I have some that I've uploaded before because I'm going to show you the ones when they're actually printed out. So I'm going to go for this white version and black version of the Blind Maggot logo. It just dropped in my images there, and the good thing about these that I made sure before I put them in is that they're nice little vector files. I made them the colours that I wanted them to print, and I also made sure that the colour mode of the file was CMYK because these are digitally printed. So I'm going to pack loads on this sheet, so if I grab two like this, I might even make some big ones and some little ones just to show you how easy that is as well. So you can use all these options, but I'm going to say copy all and then give it a little second, and then I'm going to say paste. And now I've got a few copies there. I could do that again. You could also design the whole thing in Illustrator and just upload it as one big file if you wanted to. And then I might put in a big one just to show you. There we go. You can easily scale these, twist them, and then you'll get a bit creative on packing them on your sheets. So I'm just going to leave it at that. There's a minimum quantity of them, but it's only 10 units. So if you think about it, for this particular design, there's going to be 6 per sheet and a really big one. So that does actually work out quite well. I can go select by. At checkout, you can enter the coupon code SQUEEGEE, apply that, and it will give you a little bit off, and you're ready to go. So I'll show you how they get delivered to us, and we'll get pressing those transfers. Some of the reasons why you might want to go for UltraColour transfers over screen printing or just using normal HTV vinyl or any other thing is the fact that it can do jobs like gradients. It can be transferred onto unusual fabrics and things, so like polyesters. There might just be so many colours in the design that you haven't got enough screens on your press able to print it, and you're just going to be able to take on small minimums and turn over those jobs very quickly. The other huge advantage is if you did have a clothing brand of your own, if you had some of these in the drawer, you could assign the transfer to the shirt that was being ordered and not have to carry too much stock. The transfers that we ordered have arrived in the post, so we've got the big versions and the little neck label ones. They come in these bags, and they also make it a little bit idiot-proof by giving you the instructions and telling you what you've got in there in a printout. So we've got our black ones and our white ones all on the same sheet. So our white ones look really, really cool. And the detail on them is crazy, crazy fine. It's like a tiny little reg mark. So we'll show you that a little bit more when we've got it transferred onto those tops. When we bought our heat press, they actually included this, which is like a book of all the different transfer types and explaining and giving examples of what the different transfers can do, so you can apply them onto different garments. Today I'm going to just show you the normal UltraColours, but just to let you know, they've got loads in there like Subla block, which you'd use on like polyesters or like football t-shirts where there might be some dye migration. Let me go ahead and show you a few examples of the ones that they included. So that would be something that you wouldn't really want to screen print on low quantities, especially because it's got lots of gradients, it's photorealistic, and it's just going to be a bit tricky. So that's a perfect example of an image that you'd do as a transfer. And there's also this one, which is quite interesting. So every so often you're going to get this kind of thing happen with artwork where it like splatters. And traditionally you'd have to write a little key line all the way around to collect all those drops, and it would look a bit rubbish as a transfer. But because you don't weed these, it's just the ink being released, you can go ahead, do splatters, tiny little details, and that will hold perfectly as an UltraColour. As Blind Maggot is actually our own brand, we can do things like make environmentally friendly choices. So the garment, or the item that we're actually pressing today, is a recycled tote bag. So it's got 80% recycled cotton and it's made up of 20% recycled polyester. So we wanted to carry that along with the transfers, and these ones are made out of water-based ink. So as far as we're concerned, these are the most environmentally friendly option that's on the market at the moment when it comes to those transfers. So it's definitely going to be the option that we go forward with our brand. Just to show you the heat press that we've got today, it's the Stahls Hottronics Auto Open. One of the biggest benefits of it is actually these platens. So they've got this little kind of clip here, you can take that off and swap in your big platen. So we were last printing inside neck labels, which is the reason why I'd have this little one. So we're going to pop on the big one and we're ready to go. Another really important feature that I like about this press compared to my last one is that it's threadable. So that means that you can actually get your garment right the way over and it's not getting stuck here on this stand. So I'll definitely encourage you to invest as much as you can into your press, because these little features speed up your pressing and just make the job so much easier. The press is just getting to 120 degrees, which is a good chunk lower than normal transfers, which normally require about 165. The press time is also a little bit quicker, so we're only on 12 seconds, which is another bonus for speed. As this is an unusual item, we're actually going to use these, which come in really handy. They're called Teflon pillows. So if I was to just put my bag on, normally you'd want a platen that's the right size to go in this area, but it's pretty unusual that we'd actually be pressing a bag like this, as most of the stuff is going to be the t-shirts, which we can use this nice big platen for, or that little one that I showed you for the neck labels. The way that we can work around it is using the Teflon pillow and raising the section of the bag that's going to be in contact with that press. If you can notice, the pillow is going to raise it so much that it doesn't even matter that these kind of rope areas are under there. So if we didn't have it, the heat just wouldn't touch the transfer at all. Whereas this way, we're going to have a nice even pressure just where we need it. It's also got these little bits at the end, these toggles, so I'm just going to leave them hanging off the edge and we're ready to go. I always do a little pressure test, and the pressure that they advise on this one is about middle pressure. So normally you kind of have to gauge that, but this one's got, actually it shows you the pressure that it's reading. So if I push that down, it's actually hitting 4 or 5, which is just bang on perfect. So you know that you're applying the perfect pressure and temperature, and it's just going to jump up on its own. There you go. So we're all good to go. It is a good idea to do a little pre-press beforehand, just to get any excess moisture and to iron out any creases. I'm ready to go ahead and put my logo on there. I'm going to make it relatively low so it's quite cool when it's all filled up with stuff. Literally just place it on. I'm going to eyeball it and then pop that down. Let it do its job. So these ones are actually cold peel, which just means that I'm going to press them all, wait for them to cool down, and then I'm going to whip the back off all of them all at once. So I'm ready to go with my next bag. Got my next transfer chopped up on the side already, and I can go again. And then, as you know, you just got to get through the whole pile as quick as possible and just try and be as efficient as you can. I've finished pressing all my bags, and then because these are cold peel, I've let them cool down to room temperature again. And now it's just a case of taking off this backing sheet. So that was super easy, and it's held on to all that fine detail, even on this quite coarse fabric. Now I've peeled off that backing, I can actually see the quality of the print really clearly. It's held onto the fine lines, but it's also super soft. This isn't a stretchy material, but we have done these on some just normal organic cotton t-shirts, and they were really flexible. So I'm really impressed with how they've turned out. Because the Blind Maggot logo is really simple, it's just a single colour image, it doesn't really show the full range of what these transfers can do. So I'm going to press all of the ones in the sample kit that they gave me onto a normal cotton shirt, and then I can really describe to you what these transfers can do. Typically, when you're given any one of these images, you'd probably think twice about it in terms of weeding, colour separations, setup, skill level of the person who's actually doing it. But with those, you saw that there was none of that needed. They're also incredibly soft and high definition. They're also got an industry standard of up to 60 washes in the washing machine, so I don't think any customers can complain about that. So this is just where the technology's led us now, and if it's not screen printed, this is going to be the next alternative thing and way to get those customer orders done. There's just one more thing to point out, is that something like those little dots, you don't even need key lines anymore. So you can literally just go nuts and accept all those orders, no matter how detailed and crazy the job might seem. Thanks for watching this video all about UltraColour transfers. I hope you found it really useful, and remember, if it's not screen printed, you could probably use those UltraColours. Please remember that all these videos are funded by the sale of our Blind Maggot merchandise, and you can get those on blindmaggot.co.uk. And don't forget to use your Squeegee discount code, which is Squeegee at checkout, for all of our brilliant viewers and followers. You can also like and share this video, ask any questions in the comments below, and also follow us on Instagram and TikTok for the more daily and up-to-date chat that we've got going on. Thanks again, bye.
I think you might need to take the jumper off. Makes you look.
Just look in the camera and see if I'm alright.
I am looking in the camera.
Yeah. Just like this.
Sake. Yeah.